Hey, so today you're going to be finishing up your notes packet for this chapter. You should be turned to using data to predict, so if you're not there, please get there. We have a few vocab words that we need to know, and I will tell you that on your test there will be a vocab section, so make sure you look through all your vocab and you can identify what each word means. So the first word today is a survey. You guys have taken surveys before, I'm sure. Survey is designed to collect data about a specific group of people. Um, So it's just questions you come up with and you ask the people stuff that you want to know. And the people that you ask is called the population. So if you were to, say, make a survey and you wanted to give the survey to our class, then the class would be the population. A smaller group is called a sample. The sample must be chosen. So maybe after you surveyed everyone in the class, maybe you only wanted to look at what girls answered. Um, so if you were to do that, girls would be your sample. Now we're going to be using stuff with percent. So hopefully you remember how to do percents, but if not, I will remind you. So the first example says a survey was taken in which children ages 8 to 12 were asked whether they have a television in their bedroom. According to data, 54% said that they did not have a television in their bedroom, and 46% said they did have a television in their bedroom. So, part A says predict how many out of 1,725 students have no TV in their bedroom. So, we need to look back at our survey, find okay, what percentage said that they did not have a TV in their bedroom. 54. So, I see a percent. What do I do? Turn it to decimal and multiply every time. So 54% will turn into 0.54. And we're just going to multiply it by how many people we surveyed, so 1,725. So 0.54 times 1,725 is 931.5. Now, that means 931.5 people said that they don't have a television in the bedroom. 0.5 of a person is weird. That's half of a person, and that's kind of gross. I don't want to know information about half of a person. Um, So we're going to round up to 932 students. I rounded up because that 0.5 right here tells me to round up. So remember, 0.5 or above, round up. If it's less than 0.5, round down. Well, keep the number. So B, predict how many out of 1,370 students do have a television in the bedroom. So the percent that said that they did was 46%. So I save percent, turn into a decimal, multiply. So it becomes 0.46 times the number of students, which this time is 1,370. And I multiply that, I get 630.2. Again, I don't want 0.2 of a person. That's weird. So I'm going to round down since this 2 is less than 5. It's going to be 630 students. Okay. I'm going to scroll down. All right, number 2 says a survey found that 85% of people use emoticons on their instant messengers. We want to predict how many of 2,450 students at Washington Middle School use emoticons on their instant messengers. So, say percent, turn to decimal, multiply. So we get 0.85 times 2,450. And that's going to give me 2,082.5. Again, I don't want half of a person. So since that 5 is 5 or bigger, we round up to 2,083 students. Part B, the same survey found that 59% of people use sound on their instant messengers. Predict how many out of the 2,450 students use sound on their instant messengers. So say percent, turn to decimal, multiply. So 0.59 times the number of students, 2,450. And we get 1,445.5. Again, don't want to have a person. That was 5 or bigger, so we round up to 1,446 students. Now I'm going to put an additional question at the end that goes along with part B, so please write this down. So we're going to add a part C. And let's say we were asked how many do not use sound. Now there's two ways to do this, but the best way to get the more exact answer is, well, if 59% said that they do use sound, well, percents are out of 100, so 100 minus 59, that's 41. So that means 41% said that they do not use sound. So I would turn that number into a decimal multiply. 0.41 times my number of students, 2,450, with it, which is 1004.5. And again, let's round that up to 1,005 people or students. So another way that you could have done that was if we knew out of 2,450 students, 1,446 did use sound, you could subtract that to get how many did not. The problem there is since we had to round to get 1,446, our number for part C won't be as exact. So either way is fine though. You could either do what I just said where we already know 1,446 do. So 2,450 minus 1,446 would give me the number that do not. You could also do 100 minus the percent to get the percent that doesn't use sound and use that number instead. It's up to you. So now you can leave your notes out if you want to use them as examples, but these subs should be giving you a worksheet that is homework that is due tomorrow. So please make sure you are working on it and have it done for tomorrow.